On July 11th, 2015, Satoru Iwata, CEO of Nintendo, tragically passed away after losing his battle with cancer. But who was Satoru Iwata? Born in Sapporo, Hokkaido in 1959, Iwata was a visionary who changed the game industry forever. From a young age, he expressed a passion for the creation of video games, and after high school he majored in computer science at the Tokyo Institute of Technology. During his time there, he freelanced at HAL Laboratories, a game design company now famous for household names like the Smash Bros. And Kirby franchise. Upon Iwata's graduation, he took a full-time position at HAL Laboratory, working on the Nintendo Entertainment System titles Kirby, Balloon Fight, and Earthbound. Eventually, when HAL Laboratory was in trouble financially, Iwata managed to move up the ranks to become the president of the company, stabilising its finances, effectively saving many people from unemployment. In 1995, Iwata helped create Creatures Inc., a video game development company well known for their creation of Pokemon cards and merchandise. While still with HAL Laboratory, he helped Nintendo with the development of a variety of Pokemon games, managing to successfully port the battle system from Red and Green to Pokemon Stadium, as well as optimising the code for Pokemon Gold and Silver so well that Game Freak was able to fit the entire Kanto region on the cartridge, allowing for a much larger game. Eventually, he moved on to the industry giant Nintendo in a full-time position, where he would inevitably take over the role of president from the then retiring Hiroshi Yamauchi. This made him the first president of the company not related to the Yamauchi family. While at Nintendo, Iwata worked on flagship franchises like Zelda, Mario, and Animal Crossing. He also pushed for the development of the industry-changing Nintendo DS, revitalising the handheld market, and the Nintendo Wii, breaking down barriers between gamers and non-gamers. He stayed at Nintendo until his passing. It's no surprise that the outcry of mourning from gamers around the world has been monumental at this loss. Social media has been filled with tributes and fan art. Articles have been written online about his importance, and colleagues have expressed their deep sadness. This is because Iwata was a visionary, one who shaped a lot of experiences many of us hold dear to our hearts. He moulded childhoods. Through passion and hard work, he helped change the video game medium in ways we could only imagine. It's not often someone comes along of this man's calibre and carries an art form in new and unpredictable directions. It's a true rarity. But as a company president, Iwata was something even more rare than that. He was nice. He was fun. He was one of us. Despite being the CEO of a corporate business that probably raked in billions of dollars in revenue on a regular basis, Iwata never seemed to let that get to his head, and always put his employees before himself. In times when Nintendo was going through a rough period, he reportedly halved his own salary rather than downsize his employees. Through the development of Mother 2, director Shigesato Itoi was quoted as saying that his team relied on Iwata-san. And they could do that, because he was never a businessman. He was a gamer, one that wore his heart on his sleeve. Iwata unapologetically and unashamedly believed that video games should be fun, in an industry that increasingly seemed to think of the word as dirty. Most people could probably count on a single hand the number of video game company CEOs they respect, but for me, Iwata was definitely one. In amongst all the corporate greed and the apathetic businessman, here was a breath of fresh air. A man who was so much more human. Someone who loved what he did and the people he worked with, and made it damn well known that was the case. Here was someone who could have fun, who could make you smile. He didn't mind indulging in his inner child and doing something a little bit silly. He was engaged with people. He set up programs like Iwata Asks and Nintendo Direct so he could be more responsive with his fans. This man felt less like the head of a corporation, and more like a friend you'd met online, one who was always excited to show you what he'd been working on, because he just knew you'd love it. And though his time here was tragically cut cripplingly short, his legacy is infinite. His life was a firework that exploded with creativity, but the sparks it left behind will never fade. They continue to flourish every time we pick up one of his creations, and they'll continue to shine brightly as we introduce our children, and our children's children, to his magic.
On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I am a gamer.